Hi, I'm Tom and welcome back to Food Related. Over the last few years, I've been playing around with perlite and vermiculite and been making pizza ovens, forges, and now I want to move on to making a hibachi grill. So something that we can use on the table and grill some food. So I started off by constructing a larger outside form, and then we've got this smaller form which fits inside. And the theory behind this is we're going to fill it up, you can see inside, we're going to fill it up to this line, and then the smaller form here is going to go and sit inside here. Now, I've just put these little pins in at the top. This is just to keep it all lined up and in place, because I know that when I vibrate it to get all the air bubbles out of the sides and the bottom, that this is likely to move around. So the theory is, hopefully that's going to stay in place. Now, this interior form, I've actually taped up the edges with a bit of sellotape, but it's actually just been hot glued, so it should be easier to remove. Watching a lot of videos out there on like making concrete troughs and planters and stuff like that, it seems like a lot of hassle trying to get this out. So fingers crossed, the melamine is going to come out really easily. Well, fingers crossed. Here are the measurements of the nets for the outside box and the inside box of the forms. So the most common question I get on my channel is probably, what ratios are you using for your perlite mixes? So we are going to use a ratio by volume 3:1. So 3 perlite and 1 just some general purpose cement. So just like Portland cement. I'm going to go for 3:1 because I want it to have a bit more strength. I'm not putting any reinforcement within the sort of shape itself. So fingers crossed, that's going to give it the structural strength it needs. I'm just going to add enough water just to get it to that thick, sticky consistency. I don't want it wet. I want to be able to pack it in rather than pour it in. And just to do my amounts, I'm just going to use an ice cream container, 2-litre ice cream container. So as you can see, I'm using a big wheelbarrow to mix up the perlite and the cement. I'm going to mix it dry, make sure it's well combined, and then slowly add the water. Now, just from experience, it's very important that you mix this really thoroughly while it's dry. If you just smash a load of water in there right now, it's just going to clump up and it's going to become 10 times harder to mix up. So just mixed it up. Actually had to add a little bit more water than I thought today, but it's given that it's quite a cold day today. But this is kind of the consistency we want. So it's not wet, but it's nice and sticky, and it's almost holding its shape when we're mixing it like that. So that's a good sign that the cement is sticky enough that it's going to hold the perlite together. So in total, that was 6 parts perlite, 2 parts cement, and 2.5 parts water. But the water you can adjust, because if you're doing it on a hot day, you might need more water. You know, the water is really going to be critical to making that mix nice and sticky. So you just make it until it's nice and sticky, and it should work. Now I'm going to use this Black & Decker sander to vibrate the form. I'm not sure there's any point because the mix is quite dry. So, well, not quite dry, but it's not like soaking wet. I'm not sure if it's even going to like get bubbles up. It's not like a wet cement mix. So we'll give it a go. I think I've packed it in quite tightly anyway, so it should be all right. I'd love to pretend I'm really good at maths and I worked out and I calculated the exact amount of materials to use, but I'm not. However, It seems like I managed to guess the amount of material I needed pretty closely. So just to run through once more, the ratio by volume was 6 parts perlite, 2 parts general purpose cement like Portland cement, and 2.5 parts water. Now I used a 2-litre ice cream container to do my measuring, so that worked out to be 12 litres of perlite, 4 litres of cement, and 5 litres of water. Now hopefully that's gonna stop all the questions about what ratios I used and what mix I used. I'll let you know how this mix turns out and how strong it is. It may be that there needs to be more cement, it may be there needs to be more water, I'm not sure. This is a prototype, we're just giving it a go. So I'm going to leave this in the form for a week. I really want this to set up hard on the inside before I remove these inside parts, because I really don't want to be pulling it apart and have sides fall out and stuff like that. So I'm going to leave that for a good week, maybe longer. We'll see what the temperature's like. It's cooled down here a bit now that it's autumn. And the big reveal coming soon.